Let's get started. All right, guys. Hello. Happy Sunday. We are planning for the week of Monday, the 21st through the 27th. So pretty much the last week of February, you guys. I don't know about you. It is a short month. So yes, I feel like it did fly by. But I also just feel like it flew by. Like this whole year is already flying by. Like we're going into March, you guys. We're almost done with the first quarter. Like what? And the what is all I'm gonna say. So first and foremost, you guys, I'm going to just let you know if Lynn's is your 200K, make sure that you check the Limitless page under pinned post at the top. You guys, she just announced the new boot camp that's dropping. So this way you can go ahead and sign up for that and get into that. So again, if Lynn's is your 200K, she just announced her newest 30-day boot camp that is going. So it's in Limitless. You guys know under the pin post, you'll be able to find it and grab it there. And make sure you do all of that because she closes it tomorrow. So if you don't sign up, you don't get in. Okay. So you guys make sure you are proactive, get in there, do what you got to do, get your mindset right. All right. Sorry, guys. The waiting room is still popping. All right. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start planning for our week. And first, we're going to start out with our goals for this week. You guys, this is the last week of the month, right? So if you need to log into your back office, if you need to go ahead and look at where you stand, meaning do you have your two thrivers on their auto ship so that you're thriving for free next month? Do you have all that you need if you are on auto bonus? Like, do you have your 4 active qualified and active promoters? Do you have everything ready for 12K? If you're 4K, do you have everything for 4K, right? So you can get that check matching, so on and so forth. So I'm going to give us about 5 minutes so that we can log into our cloud offices, see where we're at. I don't really check my back office all the time, you guys, unless I'm going in there to literally put somebody in, or I'm getting like looking at my customers, figuring out what I need to order, so on and so forth. I don't really check numbers a ton of times. I used to be somebody that would literally sit there and look at the tracker like it was a clock, and it would just F with my mind. So I don't, you guys, I don't. A lot of times Lindsay will be like, she'll message me and be like, girl, because she just checked her stuff and whatever. But I'm like, oh my God. I rarely check it. I check it to make sure auto ships went through. I check it to use my back office, my reports, so on and so forth, but I'm not in there checking my tracker constantly. And the reason being is, you guys, that's not going to work your business, right? That's not going to change anything in your business. I'm very close with a lot of the girls on my team. So when they're enrolling, I know because they're telling me, so I don't really even go check the updates, right? But I don't really sit there and focus on that tracker. So let's go ahead, pause. I'm going to mute myself for the next few minutes. Check your back office, make sure that you have everything that you need, meaning you have your 2 people thriving for free, everything like I said, and let's plan our goals for the week. What are you running for this week? What are you closing out the month? Because y'all don't wait till the 28th. Okay. So let's make this our run week. We go hard, whatever your goals are, run hard for them so that on the 28th, you're not freaking out, trying to wig out anything like that. Let's plan now so that we run out of the month feeling fabulous. If you're just hopping in from the waiting room, we're logging into our back office if we need to see where we're at for our goals. We're closing out the month, making sure we have our 2 thrivers. So we're going to thrive for free. If not, then that's your goal for this week, making sure you have your promoters or whatever you need. If you're 4K, 12K, so on and so forth. So this way you get your check matching and just making sure that everything is lined up to close out the month. Okay. So now that I just got permanent marker on our white desk. Don't ask me why I made everything in my house white and it's just, don't do that. Anyways, okay, you guys. So now what we're going to do is we are going to plug in all of the work with me's and we're going to plug in all the team chats. Like I say in every work with me, if you don't plan on getting on them, don't put them in your planner. The reason being is I noticed that when I was doing that, my planner then became something that I would dismiss because I already knew I wasn't going to get on that. So mentally I was looking at it knowing I didn't have to get that done. My planner is my accountability partner. So when I write something down that I want to get it done, I get it done. If I need to, let's say, adjust something, obviously, like if I say I'm going to create content on Monday and for some reason that doesn't happen, then I adjust it to Tuesday, right? But if you go and start just already putting and plugging in things that you already know you're not going to get on, well, then you're kind of just like allowing your your mentality for your planner to be like that. No, this is your accountability partner, you guys. Everything you write down, we're running for. Like our goals, we're running for those. We're going to manifest that those are ours, so on and so forth. So, okay, what we're going to do now is we are going to plug in the team chats, Zooms, and we are going to plug in our work with me's. So if you guys have a team chat or a team group page, I want you guys to head there and go to your pinned post, so on and so forth. If you're in Limitless, you're going to see that it is right at the top. You'll see it's in red for Valentine's Day. This is your team's schedule. You guys, I don't know how many times I see in the chat, what time is something at? Where's what's the Zoom link? All of that, you guys, it's right here. Okay. Utilize what is already laid out for you. Okay. So that is why, yes, we're going to go over them, but I show you where they're at, so that you never have to ask. You go, you be your own advocate, and you will grab it for yourself. Okay. This is great to know where it is because then you can tell your team where it is, right? If you don't know, how are you going to tell your team to get them on there with you? So if you're not in Limitless, I know that they always have them. A lot of team have them at the top pinned, especially because all different 200K. Some of you guys aren't all under Lindsay like I am. So I don't know all of your team Zooms and so on. And if I tried to keep everybody together, you guys, that we would be here all day, I'm sure, because there's so many Zooms that go on. So first and foremost, we're going to start with the work with me's. You guys, these are Eastern Standard Time. And they are Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 a.m. Tuesday and Thursday, they're 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Y'all, I don't know. So this is my full-time job, you guys. This is what I do. And I can tell you, like, I get a lot of all my stuff's done in the beginning of my day, but I have been loving the 8 p.m. work with me's, you guys. I don't know why, but for some reason, when I get on those, they are my most productive hour of like my entire business. I'm not joking you. I don't know why. I don't know if maybe because more people are on their social media or the stories have loaded for the day and the conversations, or I can't really tell you, but I start so many conversations. I'm very productive on those 8 p.m. So you guys, I really highly suggest getting on the work with me's. These are so huge for your business. You not only will learn what you need to learn from other people, it holds you accountable. You guys, we have them set up Monday through Friday. So if you get on those every single day, if your calendar allows, or you at least watch a replay, you guys, look at how consistent you're already being with your business Monday through Friday, right? Somebody is walking you through it, laying out. So if you are somebody that is struggling with your IPAs, you don't really know what to do with your business, you find it very hard to time block, you find it like you get on social media and then you scroll, I highly suggest, whether you get on a live one or you listen to a recording, to put a work with me on. Put your phone on do not disturb and work your IPAs. Okay, you guys, honestly, they are the bread and butter to my business. Honestly, I can say that work with me's are like, I freaking love work with me's. So 10 a.m. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Tuesday and Thursday, 8 p.m. Now we're going to go ahead and put in the team chats. So on Mondays, you guys know we have Limitless team Zoom. So that's 9 p.m. Limitless. That's Lynn's Zoom. Okay. On Thursdays, I know Christina Brill does her Zooms. So you can do 9 p.m. on Thursdays. And on Sundays, as you guys know, we have our batching and our planning. So you guys, if you have different 200Ks, this is going to be the time where you put in and plug in all of your Zooms that you may have. I don't have those schedules. All right. So who is committing to 2 to 3 work with me's this week? Drop it in the chat, y'all. I want to see it. I'm going to go ahead and drop me because I am. I love it, Whitney. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Y'all, I'm watching the names. I'm going to see you on there. I'm going to see you on the work with me's. All right. Let's go ahead. Now we're going to plan for our week. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and time block again. I'm going to do about a 5-minute time block so that you can go ahead and plan your content for the week. If you were just on the batching Zoom, you have your 7 topics, right? If you were not on the batching Zoom, it does not matter. Go to your 5s list, grab 7 things you want to talk about, right? You can make them personal. You can make them business related. You can make them product related, right? Make sure you keep a very good flow with your business. So meaning don't be always just business, 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 always product, 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 or always just inspirational, inspirational. Have a healthy flow of it. Okay, you guys. So the biggest rule is, right, we say 80-20 or 80-15-5, especially in your stories, which we'll talk stories next. But the same goes for your newsfeed too, you guys. Like, make sure that you are sharing who you are. Yes, bring intention, sharing who you are, sharing where you're going. Sometimes you guys, a business post can even be without saying a business post, right? It can be like, hey, I'm going to be traveling a lot in the next couple months. Like, what is your guys's like favorite like travel? I'll go over the 80-15-5 in a minute, Priscilla. What are your favorite like travel snacks? Right. So then people are going to be like, oh, wow, she's traveling all the time. And then they're going to kind of keep an eye on your page. But that's business related because maybe you're going to Palooza, maybe you're going to Punta Cana for the next trip, right? There's so many things that you can do that are like sly, talking about the product, talking about the business without saying, hey, this is my product, come and get it. Hey, this is my business, come and get it. Right. Same with like you posting a picture, let's say of you and your littles and say, thank goodness mama has the energy to keep up because I can't imagine missing out on these moments with my babies. Boom. Do you know how many other moms probably are going to read that and be like, what does she mean she has energy? I'm struggling. Right. But you're not saying, hey, I've got energy, come to me. Because then what are you going to do? You're going to water that in your stories. You guys, stories is where you sell. What does that mean? That means you're in your stories showcasing your products. You're in your stories showing maybe before and after, showing your life, talking face to face, sharing what the business is doing for you. So your posts, your reels, right? That's all planting the seeds. Your stories is where you water and watch things grow. The DMs is where you grow those conversations. You're growing those relationships, whether they become a customer, come a product, or just come somebody that cheers you on, right? So think about it like this: 80-15-5 is 80% your life, 15% the products, 5% your lifestyle is how Ange had brought it up in one of our team Zooms with Lindsay. If you guys didn't see that, it's on Lindsay's YouTube channel. I think she even spells out that it was with Angela, and she's another 200K. She is fire, you guys. That was one of the best Zooms that I've ever seen. It was so good. Let me see if I can find it. If not, Lindsay's YouTube channel. It's like just recent. It's in the last 4 weeks, but I'll try to find it and drop that in the chat. So you guys, I'm going to go ahead and mute myself, take the next 5 minutes, start plugging in what you're going to talk about. If you know you want to talk about the business and you want to talk about what Payday is doing for you, put that on Tuesday. I want to talk about that I'm saving up for my kids' college. I want to talk about that I'm paying off my credit card debt, right? Those are your 5s, things that you love about this business because I can earn weekly pay to pay off my credit card debt. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's the product and you want to talk about energy at the end of the week because you have a very busy week and you know the only way you're going to get through this is with the energy. So on Friday, I'm going to talk about energy because the week was silly, right? And then hey, I need to make a reel about X, Y, and Z because maybe I don't have any reels. Do you guys see? Does this kind of make sense how you piece everything together from either the batching Zoom or taking it off of your 5s list or whatever is just on your heart to speak about? If you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. I'm going to go ahead and grab that YouTube and put it in the chat. And I will keep my eye on and I'll come back in 5 minutes. Okay, I just dropped that one in the chat, you guys, with Angela, where they talk. And then if you guys didn't see just last week, which you can go, you'll be at her YouTube channel after you hit that one. So I would watch that one. And then Stina and Linz did an awesome bomb training last week about all of that in depth more too. So if you are struggling with finding that balance, or how to bring yourself to your social media, or how to talk about things, maybe you're feeling like your blinders are off and you're looking at everybody else and you need to get your blinders back on, I highly suggest watching that one that I just showcased for, or just put in the chat for you. And then the one with Stina and Linz from this past week. It was very, very good. So you can plan those two trainings in your calendar right now, you guys. When are you going to watch them, right? Plan even your trainings. Okay, so you guys, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to plan for our stories, and we're also going to plan our focused IPAs. So what does that mean? Let's do IPAs first. So we do a full round of IPAs, right? So you get your list of IPAs, you knock them out, you time block 3 to 5 minutes, boom, 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 right? Then what do you do the rest of your day? I personally don't go and do another round because a lot of those are one and dones, birthday, self-development, gratitude, I am. Those are things that you just do once, right? And then a lot of times I will just decide on my focused IPA for the day. And they normally look like this: 3, 2, 1s. So adding to my network in 3, 2, 1s. I get very heavy in the stories. Why do I go heavy in story interactions? Because that actually produces DM conversations. And in the DMs, you guys, is where you can carry on conversations. In stories is where people are most vulnerable. You see the most real life. You can do the most relating. I still do newsfeed interactions. I still go and interact on reels, all that kind of stuff. But if my inbox is low, if your potentials list is not like popping, if your inbox is not having people ask you about the products or the thing or questions or anything like that, you need to start getting those conversations and adding new people. So that's going to be your 3, 2, 1s, adding new faces, and the story interactions. I love 3, 2, 1s. You guys, I absolutely love 3, 2, 1s. So if you are, like I said, if you are finding yourself like your inbox isn't really going any place or anything like that, you go out and start the conversations, right? You go and start to build those conversations with people. So a focused IPA can be cleaning up your network if you need to too. So maybe you do your IPAs and then you only have a couple times the rest of the day because maybe you have a busy day. Maybe you need to just go and clean up your network. I clean up when I'm doing 3, 2, 1s. So when I'm doing story interactions and 3, 2, 1s, I'm cleaning up. If I don't have anything, like if your stuff, like this is how I go. Sometimes there's things I just won't have to talk about. And that's okay. I might just scroll through your stuff and there's nothing for me to really say, but I'm just going to scroll through. But there are times when I'm scrolling and I'm like, eh. Like if this is the vibes you're going to bring because like you could just feel it, I don't know if I want you on my feed. Right. So then I will go click on that person's name and I will go and see, can I even do a 3-2-1? Like, what are they vibing? Is today just an off day and they're bringing me a vibe I don't like? Or like, is this them? Right. And then I will look. And if I really can't even 3-2-1, I let them go. Why? Because my social media is my bubble. It's my home, right? I don't let just anybody in my house. I don't let anybody in my house. So you guys have to protect your space the same way. Go find people that you vibe with. Go find people that you can relate to, that their energy life like brings you up. Samantha said this on one of her work with me's. I will repeat this on Blue in the Face. If you are struggling with interactions and all of that kind of stuff, you need to go find new people, right? You need to go find, you need to go find people that you can relate to, that you are excited to talk to them. Because if you're not excited, that throws away the whole genuine relationships. It throws away the whole impact because you're forcing it. It shouldn't be forced, you guys. And ever since I've been cleaning up and following with intention, what do I mean following with intention? I don't just go when we're doing following on our IPAs. I don't just go and follow anybody. I click their profile and I actually 3-2-1 majority of the time before I follow. Everybody is different, you guys. You can follow first, 3-2-1 later. There are some times where it's like, ooh, I really like that person. I really like that person, but I don't have enough time to 3-2-1. I will add real quick, circle back and 3-2-1 later. But I majority of my time do my 3-2-1s, then I hit the follow button. Why? Because I like them to know I liked your stuff and I then chose to follow you, right? Because then it's not just like I'm some girl just following them. Because I really actually was like, yes. Okay, follow. If I can't do that, if I already have to force the thought when I first click on, y'all, right? Maybe that's just not my people. And that's okay for it not to be your people. Yes, they make sure somebody I could be friends with. Absolutely. Yep. And everybody's different. You guys find what vibes for you. So I have done where I have added, circled back and done 3-2-1s. And I have done where I 3-2-1, then add. And my 3-2-1s on my first time before I add might not be a full 3-2-1. It might be I like 2 pictures. I comment on one. I see what's up in their stories. I might comment on a story. I might not, depending. You guys, 3-2-1s don't have to be literal. Okay. I am somebody that like when somebody tells me something, I like follow it to a T. I'm learning that you like, that's not how it works, Christina. So like, if you can't do a 3-2-1, but like, you can like, you're like finding yourself like loving all their photos without like always loving all their photos and like commenting on one thing, but maybe their stories, you're just like, oh, okay. They don't have much up today. That's okay. If you didn't do the one interaction in their stories. Okay. So focused IPAs are so huge. You guys try it out. See what works for you. Yes, I love it. It's honestly, I've been getting the most return, meaning people following me back. I have a lot of conversations going. So just seems to be what flows with me right now. And then there might be a season where I'm like, this doesn't flow and I change things up, but I'm still doing my 3-2-1s and adding. You just got to find what works for you. Okay. Now we're going to talk stories. This is where I said, you guys, stories sell. Not only just stories, but stories sell. So what does that mean? That's where you're doing most of your watering, right? We post 1 time a day. Maybe you're posting 2 times a day with a reel and a post or 2 reels. I don't know. The algorithms are so different now. You can kind of roll how you want to roll, but in your stories is where people get to know you, right? People get to know you, share things. Let them know your personality. Let them know who you are. You guys, I have so many people when they become my customer or they become, they join my team, they'll even say, I loved your personality. I just got to know you. Like I felt like I truly could trust you. That's why a majority of people give me their credit cards. You guys, I don't have a lot of people that are like, I know I prefer to do it. They hand over their credit card information because I'm like their best friend that they didn't know they had, but they have. So they trust me because they know I'm an actual real human on the other side. I struggle through things. I share it. I laugh with myself. I share it. I talk about my dog. I bring them along with my husband. I let them into personal places of my life. So guess what? When they're talking to me about their struggle with weight loss or that, they're struggling in their health, those are vulnerable things, you guys, right? Those are vulnerable things. Or when they're coming to you and saying, hey, I really need to make money. I'm struggling. I'm not meeting ends and I need to really make money. That's vulnerable. And they can do that with somebody they like and trust and know. And you're going to do that in your stories. You're going to build that in your stories. Okay. So in your stories, products up every single day, right? So making sure you're doing that. Plus, you're sharing your life. No matter how mundane it may feel, share it. Sharing the opportunity, whether it be an opportunity story or getting face to face and talking about it. Making sure that you're sharing about the products. Maybe it's before and afters. Maybe it's sharing somebody's story. So maybe one day you hop on and you're like, you guys, look at this before and after. This is so and so. She's just amazing. She joined because she was struggling with losing weight. She could never lose weight. She was just on the struggle bus. You guys look at her before and after. These products filled her gaps, gave her the energy she needed so she could make healthier decisions, and look at where she's at. You guys, the glow ups here, they just changed my life. I'm just blown away, right? Boom. Talked about the products, shared a story. Maybe somebody can relate to their story. You guys get creative. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself for 5 minutes. Go ahead, figure out your focused IPA for each day, depending on what your business needs, right? I went over where you may be at and struggling so you can decide what your business needs. And then I want you to figure out what you're going to talk about in your stories each day, right? So we already know products go up. We already know that kind of stuff, but maybe you're going to go in your stories and you're going to share your why this week. Maybe you're going to go in your stories and you're going to talk trial packs because you want to get trial packs out there. Maybe you're going to go in your stories and you are going to talk about how simple the products are and actually take them along for your 3 steps in the morning, not just show them, hey, this is my wearable nutrition, or this is my capsules, or this is my shake. Hey guys, I'm going to pop these real quick. I'm about to get my life, and then I'm going to mix up this one. I'm doing chocolate today because chocolate's delicious, whatever. And then you pop your capsules, you're mixing it. Just take people along for your day. They want to see that. Literally, there are some people that if they showed me like every part of their day, doing their makeup, doing their hair, I would follow along, right? I'm sure y'all are guilty of that too. People are watching you, you guys. Share. So I'm going to go ahead and mute myself. If you have any questions about what to talk about in your stories, or if you're struggling with anything that we have gone over, drop them so that I can go ahead and touch on it. Another thing, you guys, if you're going to run a promo, maybe you have product credits left, right? So you're maybe going to do free shipping. That's where you're going to sit, like in your stories right now, you would put free shipping. So I'm going to do free shipping on Monday or Tuesday or whatever. So this is another place where your stories, this is where you kind of organize that kind of stuff. If you're going to offer a promo, anything like that. Okay. How you guys feeling right now? So we have our work with me's in. We have our team chats in. We have our goals for the week. We checked our cloud office. We know where we stand, what we got to get done this week. So our week is now planned to hit those goals, meaning we're going to talk about whatever we need to hit those goals. If you're trying to get customers, we're going to talk about the products. If you're trying to get promoters or help people with the business, we're going to talk about the business. If you're trying to get trial packs out there, you're going to make sure you talk about trial packs somewhere in here. It's all written down for you. So we have our focused IPAs, right? So our focused IPAs are good to go. So we know what we're doing each day after our work with me or after our solid round of IPAs. We know our focused IPA that we're going to be doing. And we know what we're going to talk about in our stories. Okay. The next thing, you guys, is what I'm going to go ahead and block for the next 5 minutes. And I want you to plan anything else that you need to plan in your planner. Do you need to take content photos? Do you need to plan content days? I have content days, meaning 2 days a week where I do all of my reels, I take photos, that sort of thing. So on those content days, it's like one of those days is where maybe my business is still getting the attention, right? Obviously, I'm doing my focused IPAs and I'm doing my full IPAs, but I'm planning my content and doing my reels and all that kind of stuff. So that takes time. So those are things too you guys need to plan for in your week. If you have a very busy Monday, don't plan to create content on a Monday because you're probably going to be overwhelmed. You're not going to be in your best creative zone. Maybe today is your best day to do that. So maybe today you take tonight and you go and do reels. You do a bunch of reels so that you have them saved and ready for the week. You guys, there is no reason why your reels can't become a Facebook reel that can't become a TikTok, right? So you have it all right there. You literally can do it on one platform and bring it to the rest. Okay. So go ahead and block yourself. Do you need to check in with any customers? Do you need to check in with any trial packs? This is the time to plan that. Does your business need anything? Do you need to order products? Do you need to do X, Y, and Z? I want you to go ahead and figure out what you need to do. I'm going to block for 5 minutes and let's get organized on what our week looks like. Maybe you don't know what day you're going to do it, and that's okay. You guys, this is when having a brain dump notebook next to you is perfect. So you can write down the things that maybe you need to get done this week for your business, but let's say you don't know like when you're ready to plan for that, but you know, like, oh, I got to check in with Rachel. I got to check in with the trial packs that went out last week. I need to track them. You know what I mean? You can write all that kind of stuff down on just like a handy dandy, like brain dump paper. This one actually fits right in with my notebook. So this is how I roll, you guys. And everything is right there. Okay. So whatever you need to do, I'm going to mute for 5 minutes. Let's figure out and continue to plan. Oh, that's okay. So what we're doing now is we're taking these next couple minutes to just figure out what else our week needs. So whether that's when we're going to plan our content, do we need content photos? Do we need to check in with any customers? Do we need to check in with any sample customers? Do we need to go and maybe you're finding that you're struggling with X, Y, and Z. So maybe you need to put down that you want to go get a training done on that. Whatever it is, you can either plug it into your calendar so you know what days you're doing what, whether it be creating content, reels, and so on, or you can have a brain dump a piece of paper or I have a notebook. And I just kind of write things down. Like if I need to, let's say, check in with any of my promoters, let's say that they were talking to a potential, they were really excited. I will circle back and say like, hey, how did that go? I know you were talking with X, Y, and Z about whatever. So I try to check in. I check in on personal lives too, not only my customers. Like one of my very loyalist customers, she just lost somebody recently. So I have that I'm going to check in with her at the end of the week, just to see how she's doing. I also want to send her a card. So I'm putting on my list of things to do to get a card so I can send that out in the mail. Just little things like that you think of like, oh yeah, I got to do that. I got to do that. Even be personal life, you guys. Maybe there's things that you need to get done personally, but you don't know where you're going to put them into your calendar yet. Jot everything down. And then what I like to do is at the beginning of every day, so every night, actually, what I do is I plan a top 3 for my day. So I already know all my business stuff that needs to get done, but there might be 3 things off of this list that I'm like, okay, I'm going to do that, that, and that. Might be business, might be personal, whatever I need to get done. And I get those 3 things done right away. So this way, at the end of the week, you guys, by the end of the week, if you do 3 things, that's 21 things, right? How do you keep track of your new followers? I don't necessarily keep of like a crazy track of my new followers. I just, like I said, I add and do 3, 2, 1s on them. And then I just throughout the week will kind of scroll and I'll know just visually like, oh yeah, I just started interacting with her. Plus if you are doing a 3, 2, 1 and you're getting in their inbox, you'll know it'll date it when you first, got into their inbox. So that's kind of how I keep track of mine. I don't really like keep like a very big track of anything. I like to start the conversations and then have the DMs. So then I will go through my DMs too, you guys. So this is another like little tip. If you're not doing this, obviously you guys are constantly having conversations, right? And maybe people are getting lost because maybe you're not seeing them all of the time. I go through even just so like I have this sorted. If you are a thriver or my like personal customer, like you're already thriving with me, you go into my general. So all of like any thriver, anything like that, or any personal customer goes into general. If you are in primary, that means that you are like people I'm talking to right now, like my family, so on and so forth, is like I keep them in general. So what I do is I will scroll a little bit and I'll see like, oh, okay, I started these conversations like it goes in order because it always is bringing the newest one up. So I'll see, okay, like I haven't talked to some of these people since like last week, Tuesday. So I'll go and just start doing 3, 2, 1s. I'll click. So I see I haven't talked to her in a while. I'll go do a 3, 2, 1 because maybe I'm not seeing her in my algorithm, but we already started conversations. So I even hang out in my actual like inbox and go and then follow people, do 3, 2, 1s on Instagram, especially. Facebook makes everything harder, I feel like, to be honest with you. But that's kind of how I do a lot of things because it shows me like I haven't talked to some people in 2 weeks. So I will go and do a 3, 2, 1 because, we were building conversations and so on. Does that kind of help? Okay, guys, I'm just going to wrap it up with this. So because I said this in the beginning, but just in case some of you I know hopped on later, if you are Lynn's is your 200K, make sure you go to Limitless. She just dropped the new boot camp. You have today to sign up, and then she closes it. So you guys make sure that you go sign up, do everything that you need to do for that, because then otherwise you won't be able to actually see the boot camp until after. So make sure that if you want to commit to your business the next 30 days, you want to run, go ahead and do that. So like I said, if Lynn's is your 200K, make sure you do that. Number two, the rest of today, what I do is I plan. So on Sundays is like my planning day. So yes, we just planned. Yes, I batched my content, but I also plan out my week. I plan out how I want my week to look like. I plan out, like I just kind of visualize things. I plan out what I want to do for my home. Like I'll look around and say like, okay, I need to like clean up this area. So I write that down so I can plan for what is going to happen in the week. What else I do is I take time today and I go into my Lightroom and I will go and put filters on photos that I like. Let's say that last week I batched content, but I didn't use all my photos. What I like to do is I like to go into Lightroom. I go and look back at photos that I maybe didn't use. I put my filter on it. And then what I do is I have in my folders, you guys, if you don't do this, just little planning hack or tip. What I do is I have albums for everything. Okay. So I have opportunity stories has its own albums. Before and after photos have its own albums. This also has, I have an album that has like promos. So like if I like drop $25 off or they drop 30% off, all the promos that we've ever had, BOGO, tag team with friends, all that kind of stuff. I have a promo thing, right? So that this way I just go right in there. Everything's all in there. So I have that. A video about Lightroom. If you go and in the team page, if you search like presets or Lightroom, I believe that there was stuff that was done on that. So I would go and search it. Or if you just go to YouTube and search how to use Lightroom, that's kind of what I do a lot of times when I can't figure out stuff like that. If I can't find a training on it, and that might help you too. So, and then what I do is I have a folder that is called, hold on a second, you guys, I got to edit so I don't forget. Okay. So what I have is a folder that's called posts. It's very original. And I have all photos in here that I have ready to go. So these are photos that I haven't used. These are all photos that are ready to hit my grid. Now, if you are someone, I was just talking to one of my newest girls, she has very OCD with things, her creative brain, the way things look, all of that. This looks like your timeline. Okay. So do you see the squares are on threes, right? Just like your newsfeed. Okay. So if you are someone that likes to have things look a certain way, I'm very much like this. You can drop all of your photos right in here, right? Oh, I lost it. You can drop all of your photos right in here. And maybe yes. So this is a lot of people. Maybe like what type of photo you have to go with the day. You can move your photos. If you hold your photo down, it'll like pop it up and you can move your photo around. So then I can move that photo and say, okay, I like the way that looks. Guess what, you guys? If I were to do this, I have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 22, 23, 24. I have 24 photos ready for posts, right? And let's say that this is how I wanted my grid to lay out. That's how ready I am. But I'm constantly taking new photos, taking things and like popping in fresh stuff, right? But let's say that you are very busy. Circle back, you guys. These are photos that I just never used. Right? Or maybe I was like posed like this in one of the photos and then I took a different photo where I'm posed like this. So maybe this photo made it, but this photo didn't make the cut. Guess what? I'm going to go put a filter on it, drop it in there. You and your babies. I'm sure you've taken a lot of photos, you and your fur babies, right? Like I have just ones of like Hercules. I go put presets on it. I drop it in there. Cause a lot of times on my reel covers, a lot of times I'll make them just of my home decor or my dog because that's my fives, right? So I will make it match who I am. And that's just the cover I put on my real photo. So do you see what I'm saying? How you guys you can take the rest of the day and plan and make things work for you. So I'm going to go ahead and hop off. If you guys have any questions, I'm Christina Tammy. You know, you can always ask me. We just spent 2 hours if you were on the batching and this one, or a solid hour if you were just on this one, you guys. And this is your accountability partner, right? Like I rate my weeks. Like last week, you guys, I had a good week. I didn't have my best week. I had a good week, but I did not have the best week with my planner. And I was like, I felt off all week. I just felt like something was missing. And I was like, Christina, you were not as like, this is my best friend as I normally am. And I felt it. So this week I was like, okay, best friend, you're back in rotation. Let's roll. Right. And then I'm, like I said, I'm always trying to figure out things that work for me. How can this help me? What do I need to tweak, you guys? Not that I'm ever trying to change or reinvent any wheels, but I'm always trying to make sure, okay, how can I be better in my organization? How can I be better in my time management? How can I be better? What do I need to change? If I didn't love my last week, there's something that I need to look at within myself and change. Does that make sense? I hope so. So I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your week. I hope that you have an amazing rest of your Sunday. I hope you all have an awesome week. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I will see you guys all next week so that we can plan the first week of March, you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.